Officials confirmed tonight BMX star Pat Casey died yesterday at a Ramona motocross park. The 29-year-old is said to have crashed his bike at the Sleigh Ground Motocross Park yesterday afternoon.
Pat Casey, a BMX legend known for defying the impossible, met a tragic fate that left the world stunned. Amidst soaring jumps and breathtaking tricks, a routine ride turned into a shocking calamity, forever altering the course of extreme sports history. Dive into the gripping and unforeseen story of a hero's last ride, a narrative that intertwines triumph and tragedy in an unforgettable way. Born on December 26, 1993 in Riverside, California, Casey rapidly ascended to legendary status in the realm of BMX riding. His feats on the bike were nothing short of miraculous, as he performed tricks that defied gravity and expectations alike, securing his place as one of the greatest BMX riders of all time. His journey, marked by breathtaking highs and the adulation of fans worldwide, was a testament to his extraordinary talent and unwavering dedication to his sport. But beneath the surface of this remarkable success lay a relentless pursuit of adrenaline that often skirted the edges of danger. This pursuit, while fueling his astounding accomplishments, also cast a shadow of concern among those who watched him push the boundaries of possibility. Pat Casey's story is not just one of triumph and glory. It is also a narrative punctuated by a heart-wrenching tragedy that no one could have anticipated. As we delve into his life's tale, we find ourselves compelled by the suspense of what seems an inevitable turn of events, leading to the last, horrifying minutes that would forever change the course of his legacy. Pat Casey's story begins in the suburban landscapes of Riverside, California, where his childhood unfolded. Here, amidst the quiet streets and backyards, a young Casey discovered his lifelong passion. It was in this unassuming setting that his father played a pivotal role in shaping his future. Recognizing his son's burgeoning interest in extreme sports, he constructed small ramps in their backyard. These ramps were not merely playthings. They were the foundations upon which Casey's extraordinary career would be built. At the tender age of 5, Casey experienced his first taste of BMX, a moment that would ignite a flame of passion for the sport. He wasn't just riding, he was flying on 2 wheels, transforming every dirt trail and driveway into his personal stage. His early experiences were a blend of fearless exploration and burgeoning skill, as he navigated quarter pipes and makeshift tracks with a natural ease that belied his years. Even in elementary school, Casey's ambition was clear. His school report spoke of a dream that seemed far-fetched for a child his age: to become a professional BMX rider and to shock the world with stunts that were deemed impossible. This wasn't just childlike fantasy, it was a prophecy of what was to come. As he grew older, his passion for BMX only intensified, turning him from a young boy with a dream into a budding talent on the cusp of greatness. This period of Casey's life was crucial. It was not just about learning to ride a bike. It was about a young soul discovering its true calling. The backyard ramps built by his father were more than just physical structures. They were symbols of paternal support and belief in a young boy's dream. This stage of Casey's life laid the groundwork for his future successes and set him on a path that would lead him to unforeseen heights in the world of BMX. As Pat Casey transitioned from a boy with a dream to a teenager with a mission, his rise in the BMX world was meteoric. His talent, which had been nurtured in the humble confines of his backyard, now found a larger stage. In 2008, the world got its first glimpse of Casey's prowess when he appeared on Fuel TV's weekly update, showcasing a skill set that was beyond his years. This appearance was just the beginning of a series of impressive feats that would mark his early career. The PlayStation Am Jam Tour was another milestone for young Casey. Here, he not only competed but captured the top spot, a clear indication that he was a force to be reckoned with. His success continued at the Dew Free Flow Tour, where he earned a commendable second place. These achievements were not just victories, they were declarations of Casey's arrival on the professional BMX scene. One of the most significant moments of Casey's early career came when he competed in his first Dew Tour competition at the age of 16. In an event that could only be described as a David versus Goliath scenario, Casey accomplished something extraordinary. He defeated BMX legend Dave Mirra, a figure revered in the sport. This victory was more than just a win. It was a passing of the torch, a moment where a young rider stepped out of the shadows to claim his place among the legends of BMX. With success in the sport came financial rewards. At the age of 16, while still attending high school, Casey purchased his first house. But this was not a move driven by a desire for luxury. It was a strategic step towards furthering his BMX career. With the support of his father, Casey began an ambitious project, the creation of the Dream Yard. Starting as a simple backyard ramp in Riverside, California, it quickly evolved into a sprawling 10,000 square foot park. This personal BMX haven was not just a training ground. It was a symbol of Casey's dedication to his craft. Over the years, the Dream Yard became a hub for the world's best BMX athletes and the backdrop for a 4-part video series starring Casey himself, amassing over 1.3 million views. In these early years of his career, Pat Casey wasn't just riding a bike. He was rewriting the rules of BMX. The years following his early successes were marked by a series of triumphant moments, both in his professional and personal life. His prowess on the BMX track was matched only by his commitment to his family, painting the picture of a man who excelled in every aspect of his life. In the competitive arena, Casey's medal haul was nothing short of spectacular. He shone brightly at the FISE events, International Festival of Extreme Sports, clinching a gold medal at FISE Montpellier in 2011 and a silver at FISE Costa Rica in 2012. But perhaps his crowning achievement came in 2021, a year that tested the resilience of athletes worldwide due to the pandemic. Casey not only opened his Dream Yard to the global action sports community, but also played a pivotal role in organizing the BMX portion of the X Games. His efforts culminated in a personal triumph, winning his first ever gold medal at the X Games in BMX dirt on his own turf. His career at the X Games was decorated with 5 medals in total, symbolizing his dominance and consistent excellence in the sport. Casey's partnership with Monster Energy marked another highlight of his career. This sponsorship deal allowed him to represent one of the most well-known energy and beverage companies as one of their sponsored athletes. In collaboration with Monster Energy teammate Axel Hodges, Casey introduced the Moto X10 discipline on pit bikes as an official X Games medal event. His contribution to the sport extended beyond his own performances. He was instrumental in shaping its future. Beyond his accolades and adrenaline-fueled endeavors, Casey was also a devoted family man. In 2013, he married his longtime girlfriend, Chase, and together they embarked on a journey filled with love and mutual support. The couple had 2 children, Reed and Tatum, who brought immense joy and purpose to Casey's life. His role as a father and husband added a profound dimension to his character, revealing a man who balanced the thrill of his professional pursuits with the warmth of a loving home. Pat Casey's life at this stage was a tapestry of professional triumphs and personal fulfillment. He lived his dreams every day, both on the BMX track and at home with his family. This period was a testament to his ability to reach the pinnacle of his sport while remaining grounded in the values of love and family. As we reflect on these golden years of his life, we are reminded of the fullness with which he lived, a harmony of personal and professional success that few achieve. Pat Casey's career in BMX was not just about winning competitions and collecting medals. It was also defined by his relentless pursuit of innovation and pushing the boundaries of what was thought possible in the sport. His approach to BMX riding was characterized by a unique blend of creativity, fearlessness, and technical skill, which led to the creation of groundbreaking stunts that left spectators and fellow athletes in awe. Among Casey's most notable contributions to BMX were his revolutionary tricks, particularly those involving backward riding, a technique that demands extraordinary balance and control, and one that only top athletes in the sport could execute proficiently. He was renowned for his decade backflip, the double-decade backflip, and the decade fakie air. These stunts were not just impressive feats of athleticism, they were artistic expressions that redefined the limits of BMX riding. Each new trick he introduced to the sport was a testament to his vision and his belief in the endless possibilities of BMX. Casey's philosophy towards BMX and life was rooted in a simple yet profound principle: the idea that any challenge can be overcome with determination and belief. He famously articulated this mindset when reflecting on his approach to tackling difficult BMX tricks. "It comes down to you defeating the trick, or the trick defeating you," he said. "You started it, now you have to finish it." This philosophy was emblematic of Casey's approach to life, a relentless pursuit of his goals, no matter how daunting they might seem. This period of his career was not just about what he achieved, but how he achieved it. Casey's legacy in BMX is not only measured in the medals and accolades he earned, but also in the way he inspired a generation of riders to think beyond the conventional and strive for the extraordinary. His influence extended beyond the ramps and dirt tracks. It resonated in the hearts and minds of those who looked up to him, not just as a rider, but as an icon of what can be achieved with passion, creativity, and an unyielding belief in oneself. June 6, 2023, started as a day like any other at the Sly Ground Motocross Park, a well-known venue in the Ramona area of San Diego County, Southern California. Known for hosting exhilarating motocross and BMX events, including X Games competitions, the park was a familiar and beloved terrain for extreme sports enthusiasts. Pat Casey, amidst friends and fellow riders, was there to indulge in his passion for adrenaline-fueled sports. However, this ordinary day was about to take a heartbreakingly extraordinary turn. While BMX was his primary skill, Casey was no stranger to dirt bikes. On this fateful day, he attempted a daring jump on a dirt bike, a move he had performed countless times before. But tragically, this jump went terribly wrong. As Casey attempted the maneuver, something unexpected occurred. He missed the landing. The motorcycle, a machine he had mastered like an extension of himself, betrayed him in a split second of miscalculation, falling on top of him and inflicting serious injuries. The accident occurred around 3 p.m., and witnesses at the scene described a chaotic and distressing scene. Immediate efforts were made to save Casey's life. CPR was started right away, a desperate attempt to keep hope alive. Within 15 minutes, emergency responders arrived, taking over the life-saving efforts. However, despite their best attempts, the situation was dire. At 3:40 p.m., in a moment that stunned everyone present and would soon reverberate across the BMX community and beyond, Pat Casey was officially pronounced deceased. The news of Casey's tragic accident spread rapidly, but with a respectful solemnity. A crash video briefly circulated on social media, but out of respect and sensitivity, it was swiftly removed from almost every platform. The exact details of the landing and the ensuing accident remained somewhat obscured, adding a layer of mystery to the tragic event. It was believed that Casey had landed on his head or back, and the additional impact of the dirt bike landing on him likely exacerbated his injuries. The officials at the Sly Ground Motocross Park were quick to release a statement, confirming the tragedy that had unfolded. They described the grim details: A 29-year-old man, a beloved figure in the BMX industry, had lost his life while performing a jump he had done countless times before. The statement was not just an announcement. It was an acknowledgement of the immense loss to the world of extreme sports. News of the tragic accident at the Slyground Motocross Park reverberated across social media and sports news outlets, leaving fans, fellow athletes, and admirers in disbelief. The sudden loss of such a towering figure in extreme sports was not just a personal tragedy for his family and friends, but a collective heartbreak for the entire BMX world. The reaction to Casey's passing was an outpouring of grief, respect, and homage. Social media platforms were flooded with tributes and condolences from fans, fellow BMX riders, and organizations. The BMX community, a tight-knit group bound by shared passion and experiences, united in mourning. They shared stories of Casey's achievements, his groundbreaking stunts, and his impact on the sport, each narrative adding to the legacy of a man who had so profoundly influenced the world of extreme sports. Official statements from organizations such as the X Games and USA Cycling highlighted Casey's extraordinary contributions to BMX. The X Games, where Casey had achieved much of his fame and success, expressed deep sadness and extended their condolences to his family. They commemorated him as a true legend and an inspiration, affirming his status as an integral member of the X Games family. USA Cycling, recognizing his role in shaping BMX freestyle, mourned the loss of a team member who had left an indelible mark on the community. Fellow BMX riders and friends of Casey shared their personal grief and memories on various platforms. Tyler Ferningill, a close friend and fellow rider, expressed his heartache and gratitude for the times they shared, highlighting the brotherhood they had formed through their shared love for BMX. The action sports community echoed these sentiments, with many speaking to Casey's character, both as an athlete and as a person. In the wake of the tragedy, a video of Casey's best moments at the X Games was released on their YouTube channel. This compilation was not just a tribute to his athletic prowess. It was a celebration of his spirit, his dedication, and the joy he brought to the sport and its fans. The impact of Pat Casey's tragic accident extended far beyond the ramps and arenas of BMX. It deeply affected the personal lives of those he held dear. At the heart of this impact was his family. His wife Chase, their children Reed and Tatum, and his parents, Molly and Vince. The sudden loss of Casey left a void in their lives that was palpable and profound. Chase Casey, Pat's wife, was vocal in her grief, yet resolute in her love for her late husband. On Instagram, she shared a poignant tribute to Pat, expressing the depth of their connection and the devastation of their abrupt separation. Her words painted a picture of a love story cut tragically short, a narrative of unfulfilled dreams and shared memories that would now have to be cherished in his absence. She spoke of finding comfort in the fact that nothing was left unsaid between them, a small solace in the enormity of her loss. Pat's parents, Molly and Vince, reflected on their son's life with a mixture of pride and sorrow. They recalled his early love for cycling and the fearless spirit he exhibited even as a child. Their anecdotes provided glimpses into the making of a BMX legend, but they also underscored the profound personal loss they were experiencing. Pat was not just a BMX icon, he was their son, whose absence left an irreplaceable gap in their lives. In the midst of this tragedy, Pat Casey's legacy lived on through his son Reed. Reed's interest in BMX and motocross was a clear indication that he was following in his father's footsteps. The bond they shared through the sport was a testament to Pat's role not just as a BMX legend, but as a father who inspired his children to pursue their passions. Chase, despite her apprehensions about the dangers of motocross, supported Reed's interest, understanding it as a way for him to connect with his late father. The family's resilience in the face of this tragedy was evident. They continued to maintain the Casey farm. This ongoing project was a symbol of their determination to continue the legacy of care and passion that Pat had embodied. So that's all for this video, and hit that subscribe button for more stories like this.